Hi, I'm Carl with Apt, and in this video we'll be giving you a closer look at the X950H series from Sony. The model we have here is the 49-inch version, so to be fair, right off the bat it is missing a couple features you'll find on the larger versions like X wide angle technology, acoustic multi-audio, and X-balanced speakers, but we will be addressing those in another video once we have the larger models in the store to try out, so don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when that video is up. But this is still going to be a good preview of what to expect on those bigger sizes too. As far as the design goes, I like the materials Sony uses here. It's got a slim, kind of brushed metallic bezel around the screen and matching blade-type pedestal feet, which are 38.5 inches across, but remember, that number will get bigger as you go up in screen size. I'm not a big fan of the wide-set feet that almost every TV has now, but it doesn't seem like that design element's changing anytime soon. And it also doesn't have the shallowest profile, but it's a full array backlit TV, so that's kind of to be expected and totally worth the extra bit of depth. Inputs are pretty standard. On the back you get 3 HDMIs, with number 3 having an enhanced audio return channel, a USB, an optical audio output, RS-232C, Ethernet, and an antenna hookup. On the side, you get another HDMI input, 2 more USBs, a mini analog input, a headphone jack, and a port for an IR blaster. There's also Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in for wireless connections. Now, touching back on those HDMIs for a moment, I was a little surprised. Yes, you do get that eARC, but the HDMI inputs aren't 2.1. So for any serious gamers out there, this isn't gonna be your best option because while it does have a game mode setting, it doesn't support variable refresh rates or have auto low latency mode. This is their top of the line 4K LED model. I kind of figured they'd include those, but it is what it is. The input lag times also weren't great when you compare them to other TVs out there. With game mode turned on this one, lag times were around 18 milliseconds. In contrast, the 800H we tested was giving us sub 10 millisecond lag times, but just like the 950H, no VRR or auto low latency mode. Now, sound was another area that surprised me, but in a good way. Like I mentioned earlier, the 49-inch model doesn't have Sony's new X-balanced speakers in it, but the speakers and amps they do use actually sound pretty good. It even has a setting you can go into that uses the microphone in the remote to calibrate the built-in audio. I'm curious to hear what the speakers sound like on the larger versions that do have that acoustic multi-audio built in. Now, that being said, a good soundbar or surround system would complement the picture on the 950H really well, which brings us to the best part of this TV, the picture, and that on the 950H is incredible. It's full array with local dimming and uses Sony's X1 Ultimate chip and seems to be inching closer to OLED with contrast and black levels, but it's not quite there yet. You definitely do have to sit directly in front of the screen to get the best image. Again, this particular model doesn't have the X wide angle technology built in, so we're just working with what we've got, but once you start moving off to the sides, there is some pretty pronounced blooming in dark scenes. Off-angle viewing is definitely not a strength of the 950H, at least at the 49-inch version. Now, looking at the picture straight on, you do see some blooming, but it was way better than the 950G, and HDR along with black uniformity looked fantastic. I was picking up lots of detail in the dark scenes, and brights got extremely bright, again without that very pronounced light blooming. Colors look natural too. I tried all the settings and personally preferred the standard mode for most of what I was watching, but when Dolby Vision was available, those presets looked really good too. You have your choice of Dolby Vision dark or light depending on your room lighting. You also get the Netflix calibrated option that's available when you're watching shows on Netflix, which to me looks a lot like the Dolby Vision dark mode. It honestly was really hard to find any major flaws with the picture on this TV aside from the off-angle viewing. I was happy with the motion too. I personally prefer watching all my content with any kind of motion flow processing turned off, but the auto mode worked actually pretty well. It did a good job of determining how much enhancement to add while not giving you that full-blown soap opera effect the whole time. But everyone kind of has their own opinion on whether they like that feature or not. Do you keep motion flow on or turn it off? Let us know in the comments. Lastly is the operating system. I didn't notice any major changes here, which isn't a bad thing, and it's pretty snappy. There wasn't any noticeable delay between pressing the buttons on the remote and things happening on the screen. It also comes with Android O right out of the box, which was very good to see too, and also part of the reason why the menus run so smoothly. Overall, this is a TV that is completely worth considering if you're looking for a great picture and don't do a lot of serious gaming. For the serious gamers out there that also want a good picture, you may want to check out the 900H when it becomes available, as it's going to give you variable refresh rates and auto low latency mode, Or you can check out the 800H if you're just looking for a reasonably priced option with great input lag times. So, is the 950H a TV you'd consider for your home theater? Make sure you let us know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.